these first 5 cells are executed based on input data value is coming from the Excel. Okay, so based on the Excel, based on input values, this get cell data method is executing, and if the cell type is string, HTML value is loading. If the
కొంచెం మిగిలిందా ఏమో వాళ్ళ ఏమో ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఉన్నాయి అట్లే పెట్టేసినాను కింద కూడా లగేజ్ ఉన్నాయి 2-3 ఉన్నాయి బ్యాగ్ ట్రాలీస్ ఉన్నాయి
హలో సంబడి ఇస్ టాకింగ్
వచ్చేసారు కదా నలుగురు వచ్చామన్నా ఇంకా ఆ అబ్బాయి ఏమో తెలియదు మనం ఇంకా ఆయన G3 అయినా ఇక్కడికి వచ్చారు ఆ రూమ్ అయినా ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినాడు
Okay. So if a particular cell contains some string value, this is the if condition will be executed and str6 value will be returned back to the main method. If the cell value contains some numerical value, suppose in the cell 1,1 value, if it contains here some numerical value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. So that is the new. If you want to get some numerical value, you need to write like this: cell dot get numeric cell value. So this is the value. It will be loaded into this variable. Okay, and this variable integer I contains some numerical value. So if you want to convert that value into this format, so str6 is equal to 1, 2, 3. So string dot value of 5, and so that integer value I am converting into string format. And after that str6 value I'm returning to str6 value. Now it contains string value. So if it contains numerical value, I'm converting to string format. Here after line number 90 got executed, that numerical value it will be converted into string format and it will be written back to the here. Okay, and if so here I'm writing simple if condition. And in case if cell value not is equal to, if it is string, it will be executed. If its cell value contains numerical value, this block will be executed. If cell value is not string, not a numerical. In all other cases, simply I'm writing cell dot get string cell value. So I'm retrieving that value and I'm returning. So generally, first and two only it will be executed. But any other cases, okay. So just I have written code like that. That's so anyway, the same code it was there in the first block also. Okay. So if means so this condition is true or false, it will check. Otherwise, it will check here. Otherwise, it will check here. And after that, that value str6 value it is coming back to here. Okay. So like that. So now let me execute this program. Run as test and new test. See here, test URL, username, and password. These values got printed. These values only we retrieved in the before test previous program. So based on row number and column number, if you want to retrieve, I have developed a method Excel API test for. Suppose if you want to create Excel API test for, you can create it. Excel API test for it is equal to new Excel API test for it dot get cell data method. You can write it. Okay, and you need to pass row number, column number. All Excel related methods are available under Excel API test for. So here I already pasted that Excel API test for Excel util package. So if you want to connect Excel API test for, you can import this Excel API test for here. And after that, you can create an object here, Excel API test for it is equal to new Excel API test for, and it dot get cell data method. The same method I have copied from Excel API test for. That is the method I have copied and I pasted just to explain this program. That method I have copied and pasted and I'm telling. Okay. So in the interviews, so people will ask a question, how to read input data from an Excel file. So how you need to explain in the important. So the most important critical points is these points. Okay. And the first point you need to talk about what are the supporting class files. This is the step one part you need to tell. So I have to import java.io.file input stream supporting class, and I have to import org.apache.py XSS of workbook, and I have to import org.apache.py.XSS of sheet, XSS of row, XSS of cell. These are the supporting class files I have to import from org apache py. First step is done. Second step, to connect with the Excel, directly come back to here. To connect with an Excel, we need to write file input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream of Excel file path. So that we will, so FIS object, it will be connected to Excel. We will connect to Excel file, and XSS of workbook is equal to new XSS workbook of FIS. That means that Excel file will be opened in Office workbook mode, MS Office workbook mode, and XSS of sheet is equal to workbook.getSheet of sheet name. So that particular sheet will be traversed, sheet 1 or sheet 2 or sheet 3. And XSS of row is equal to sheet.getRow of row number. So you need to highlight which row number it has to highlight, first row or second row. So it will be highlighted particular row. And after that, XSS of cell is equal to row.getCell of column number. Okay, so that particular cell will be highlighted, whatever column number. So is it 1, 0 or 1, 1 or 1, 2? So which cell that you want to highlight, so that it will be connected. So these are the 5 lines you need to explain. And the most important line is you have to talk about this one. String str. So once particular cell is highlighted, if I want to retrieve the input value, I need to write string str is equal to cell dot get string cell value. These are the important lines of code you have to tell. Got the point? So let me show you this part in my FAQs website. bhavasri.com. I had given some mandatory important questions if you go to any of the Selenium interviews. Okay, once you navigate to here, bhavasri.com, drop down Selenium FAQs. Okay, drop down Selenium FAQs. I had given important interviews question. See, I have mentioned, so here I forgot to mention import.java.io.file input stream. That is the point I have to import. So that line is missed. So just I'm telling. And apart from that, we also need to import the supporting class files. And we have to write these 5 lines, and string str is equal to cell.getString cell. So like that, we can retrieve input. Okay. So for quick reference, I already kept these questions here for you. Got the point, everyone? Okay. So this is the program. So you no need to worry how this get cell data method, file path, sheet name, row number, column number, these lines of code. Sir, do I need to write this get cell data method in every program? No, no need to write. Because once you join in any of the project, there will be Excel API test4 class will be there, which contains get cell data method, get data table method. All these methods already will be there in any of the project, wherever you go. It's just you have to know which method. If you want to get all the data, you need to use get data table method and test case ID and parameter names. That is one approach. And if you want to retrieve particular row number and particular cell value, so then you can call get cell data method. So you don't need to bother get cell data method, how it has been developed. You no need to bother how that get data table method has been developed. You no need to worry about that. Okay. But in the interviews point of view, sometimes, okay, not sometimes, all the cases, if you go for any of the Selenium interview, people will ask a question, how to read input data from an Excel file. So the answer is this one. That's it. Okay. How to read input data from an Excel file. So you need to explain these 5 lines, and finally, this is the most important line. Cell string str is equal to cell dot get string cell value. That value str6 value we are returning back to the main page. So that's it. So now let's understand Here I am writing org.apache.py.xssf. Just remember that point. Okay. So in the second program, lab number 25, I'm telling. So in the second program, org.apache.py. This one. XSS of this one. If you want to read input data from the extension file as .xls, .xlsx. If the extension is .xlsx, so if you create a notepad, what is the extension? If you create a notepad file, what is the extension file for this file? Properties, just check. The extension is .txt. If you create an Excel file, what is the extension? .xlsx. If you are, so generally we will use .xlsx only. Okay. If you want to read input data from a .xlsx, then you have to import. These are the supporting class. But in your system, okay, let me go back to other program, first program. See here I am writing, where is that? See the lines. Suppose in your Windows desktop, Microsoft Office version is installed MS Office 97 2003. Okay. In that case, if you are creating an Excel, by default extension, it will take .xls. But in your nowadays, in all laptops, people are using MS Office 2007, MS Office 2010, MS Office 2013, MS Office 2016. Because latest versions only people are using. The first version of Microsoft Excel version is MS Office 97 2003. So if the MS Office 97 2003 is installed on your system, and if you create an Excel, the extension of that file is .xls. Okay, but latest version of the Excel version is .xlsx. So whenever you want to read input data from a .xlsx, then we have to write org.apache.py.xss. Whenever you want to read input data from a .xls, so there is a .xls file is there on the desktop, and you take a copy XPath, complete XPath, you paste it, and you are connecting that Excel, and you are trying to read input data from a .xls. Then you have to use this supporting class. See here in my program, the previous program, second program. So my Excel version here I mentioned. See here .xlsx. So if you are reading input data from a .xlsx file, so you have to use XSS workbook, XSS sheet, XSS Pro, and XSS. So these are the supporting class files you have to import. Okay, so if you are reading input data from a .xls, see here my Excel file path is here .xls. That means in your office, in your system, MS Office 97 and 2003 is installed, and you are trying to reading input data from a .xls. So in that case, instead of writing XSS workbook, you need to use org.hsss instead of XSS. So this is the change only, and remaining part, wherever XSS is there, you are writing HSS. Remaining all part is same. So it will so you will be able to connect. So here, so XSS workbook is equal to HSS workbook is equal to new HSS workbook. So that you are trying to connect .xls. Okay. So all the program is same, but here whenever you are trying to read input data from a .xls extension, then you have to import supporting class file libraries as HSS, and you need to write HSS workbook is equal to new HSS workbook of FIS. Okay, people will ask in the interview what is the difference between XSSF and HSSF. In the interviews, people are asking XSSF means if you want read input data from a .xlsx, so then we are importing XSSF supporting class. See, I'm writing this, I'm executing this program, first program. So I'm trying to reading input data from the extension file as .xls. So the values it has been retrieved and it has been printed. Okay, so here the TC01 nationality, if it is extension, I will show you TC01 nationality. See here, extension of this file, it is showing MS Office 97 2003. So let me show you properties here. See, the extension is .xls. So this Excel file has been created by using MS Office 97 2003, and this Excel file has been created by using latest version of the Excel, MS Office 2007 2010. Okay, like that. So that is the main difference. So the extension it is showing clearly. So MS Office 97 2003, just right click on properties if you want to know the extension. See here, it is showing .xl. Remaining all part coding is nothing, in coding part nothing it is changing, only supporting libraries are changing, XSSF and like that. So try to execute first and two programs for today. Okay, and that's it for today's class, and remaining these programs we can continue in tomorrow's class. Okay, so sir, do I need to learn all these things? Not at all required. But if anybody will ask, somebody is asking how to read input data. So today I told you about this topic, and tomorrow I will tell you about so this is, so these two topics I had covered just now. So XSS workbook, HSS workbook. Got the point? So maximum people will ask these two questions: how to read input data from an Excel file. Okay, and the practice purpose you can do hybrid framework and everything. That's it for today's session. And remaining Excel related labs will continue. Okay, so tomorrow's class hybrid framework task will be completed, and how to capture the screenshots and the reporting part, because so far in hybrid framework we haven't seen the relevant snapshots for the test cases. We haven't seen. Tomorrow's class is very important, final part of hybrid framework. So tomorrow I'm not telling about data driven concepts, how to read input data. I'm only focusing on reporting part, how the relevant snapshots I have to capture in a Word document. After executing a test case, a Word document will be created on desktop, and relevant snapshots it will be placed in the Word document automatically. So that part we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. Got the point? Guys, so many people they are taking this course as very simple. Until unless if you are not sitting and practicing, you won't get confidence. We already seen cucumber topics నేను చెప్పుకుంటా వెళ్ళిపోయాను, మీరు చేయలేకపోయారు. మళ్ళీ మేము ఆల్రెడీ 1 వీక్ మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్ తీసుకొని మేము అటెన్షన్ పెట్టి మీరు ఉండండి మేము చెప్తాము అని చెప్పి. ఓకేనా? హైబ్రిడ్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ మీరు ఇక్కడ కూర్చోండి, మీతో ల్యాబ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేపిస్తాం. ఓకేనా? ఇవాళ రేపటితో full day workshops it will be completed and hybrid framework. So day after tomorrow's class ఎవరైనా వస్తే మేము సపోర్ట్ ఇవ్వం. ఓకేనా? సో మీరు ఇవాళే కంప్లీట్ చేసుకోండి. సో ఈ 8 labs కనుక మీరు స్ట్రాంగ్ ఉంటే యూ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు సర్వైవ్ ఇన్ Selenium. దట్స్ ఇట్. మీరు Seleniumలో ఏ కంపెనీలోకి వెళ్ళినా ఈజీగా సర్వైవ్ అయిపోతారు. మెయిన్ టాపిక్స్ ఏంటంటే కుకుంబర్లో కుకుంబర్ పిఓఎం, హైబ్రిడ్లో కూడా హైబ్రిడ్ పిఓఎం. హైబ్రిడ్ పిఓఎం చాలా ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది, ఆల్రెడీ అయిపోయింది ఫస్ట్ ల్యాబ్. నెక్స్ట్ ద హైబ్రిడ్ డేటా డ్రివెన్, రేపు హైబ్రిడ్లో రిపోర్టింగ్ పార్ట్. సో రేపు థర్డ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అయిపోయిందంటే అయిపోయింది. అర్థమైంది? సో మీరు 8 ల్యాబ్స్ వచ్చినాయి అంటే మీరు ఈజీగా సర్వైవ్ అయిపోతారు. ఓకేనా? మిగతా ల్యాబ్స్ అన్ని మీరు చేయొద్దు, జస్ట్ మీరు రన్ చేయండి. మీ సిస్టంలో రన్ అయిన తర్వాత కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకోండి. దట్స్ ఇట్. నో నీడ్ టు డూ ప్రాక్టీస్. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు డూ ప్రాక్టీస్, ఈ 8 ల్యాబ్స్ మీదే మీరు ఫోకస్గా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఇంపోర్ట్ చేసుకోవటం, దాని ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఇంపోర్ట్ చేసుకోవటం, ఒక టెస్ట్ కేసు ఆటోమేట్ చేయటం. ఇప్పుడు నేను యాడ్ నేషనాలిటీ, యాడ్ స్కిల్స్ ఎలా చేశాను అలా మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ కంప్లీట్ చేయండి. మీరు ఎక్కడైనా స్టక్ అయ్యారనుకోండి, ఒకసారి వీడియో చూడండి. ఓకేనా? మీరు 8 ల్యాబ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ కంప్లీట్ చేసుకున్నారంటే మీకు హ్యాపీగా ఉంటుంది, మీకు స్మూత్గా అయిపోయింది. ఓకేనా? కుకుంబర్ పిఓఎం అందరు చేశారా? ఓకేనా? సో అందరం చేసాం. ఇప్పుడు హైబ్రిడ్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్లోకి వచ్చాం. ట్రై టు కంప్లీట్ దిస్ వన్. హైబ్రిడ్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్లో పిఓఎం అంటే జస్ట్ వాల్యూస్ మెథడ్స్లో అక్కడక్కడ మార్చేయండి. ఓకేనా. డేటా డ్రివెన్ అంటే పైన వాల్యూస్ పైన డిక్లేర్ చేయడం ఎక్సెల్ నుండి పట్టుకోవాలి. ఓకేనా. ఆల్రెడీ ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ షేర్ చేశాను. ఓకే, హైబ్రిడ్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ షేర్ చేస్తాను. కానీ మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఈ పేజెస్ క్లాసెస్ ఉన్నాయి చూసారా, ఇవి మీరు డిలీట్ చేయండి. ప్యాకేజెస్ డెస్క్టాప్ మీద ఒక చోట బ్యాకప్ పెట్టుకోండి. మీరు పేజెస్ టెస్ట్ కేసెస్ అని 2 ప్యాకేజెస్ క్రియేట్ చేసి మీ అంతా మీరు స్క్రాచ్ నుండి డెవలప్ చేసుకోండి ఒక టెస్ట్ కేసు. అప్పుడు మీకు వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా. లేకపోతే లాగిన్ పేజ్ ఒకటి ఉంచుకోండి, వాటి నుండి పేజెస్ కాపీ అన్ని పేస్ట్ చేసుకుంటూ రండి. TC01 యాడ్ నేషనల్ టెస్ట్ కేస్ ఆటోమేషన్ కంప్లీట్ చేయండి. ఓకేనా. మీరు ఎక్కడ ఎవరైనా స్టక్ అయ్యారంటే ఇమీడియట్గా అరుణని పిలవండి. ఓకేనా. కోర్స్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత వచ్చి సపోర్ట్ అడిగితే చాలా కష్టం. ఏ రోజు టాపిక్ ఆ రోజు మాకు కూడా ఈజీ అయిపోయింది. ఓకేనా. అక్టోబర్ 27 నుండి న్యూ బ్యాచ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. మళ్ళీ వినాలనుకున్న వాళ్ళు వినొచ్చు, మళ్ళీ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకేనా. Generally, in any of the company, people will use Excel only. But Notepad and Excel, Notepad or CSV files or anything, in that case, Excel related methods and everything, it will be there in your project. General గా 90% ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ లో అలాగే ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా. ఎక్సెల్ వే ఉంటుంది. ఒకవేళ నోట్ ప్యాడ్ కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలనుకో, నోట్ ప్యాడ్ కి సంబంధించిన సపోర్టింగ్ లైబ్రరీస్ మెథడ్స్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ఆల్రెడీ డెవలప్. ఇప్పుడు ఈ CSV ఇట్ విల్ బి ఆల్రెడీ డెవలప్. సో ప్రతి పాయింట్ నేను ఇక్కడ చెప్పలేను, బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కేసెస్ ఇన్ ఆల్ ద కంపెనీస్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఎక్సెల్. సో ల్యాబ్స్ లోకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయొద్దు, జస్ట్ రన్ చేసి కాన్సెప్ట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ చేయండి. నేను చెప్పిన 8 ల్యాబ్స్ ఎన్నిసార్లు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి, మీకు అంత కమాండింగ్ తెలియదు. కానీ ఎక్సెల్ యూటిల్ ఆపరేషన్స్ ఇవన్నీ నేను డెవలప్ చేయాలి అంటే జెన్యూన్ గా మీకు 5-7 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వస్తేనే ఈ సపోర్టింగ్ క్లాస్ ఫైల్ రాస్తారు. ఓకేనా. బికాస్ ఎనీ యూటిల్ క్లాస్ ఫైల్స్ it will be written by senior people. Excel util operations related these packages, it will be developed people who are having 5 years and 7 years. Okay na. 3 years to 4 years old andaru vaalla pani endante vallu rasina methods ni just use chesukodam. So how to use that method, how to connect with data, that's it. No need to bother how it has been implemented. Guys, think it important point. Okay, let me stop recording point.